Now let's look at the orders table. We can see here that the orders table represents 314 milliseconds and again making 2,156 calls. And if you review that in more depth, we'll see here that caching will be less of a good option here. Why is that? Previously, when we looked at product, we could see that many calls are made to the same product ID. But when we are doing the relation to orders, we see that the variation, the different types of order IDs is much wider. Where in the product we could only see a few products, and I can tell you it's 77, in the orders the variety is a lot bigger. Every order exists here. Caching this will be ineffective. It will just waste memory and it will actually eventually slow you down rather than improving your performance. So in this case I wouldn't use cache. But what would I use? So we can see here that order ID, we're going by order ID, and it sounds like it's the unique key of the orders table. So let's go to the orders table, and we can see here the index by order ID, and if we look at the index, we can see that that index is unique. So this is a pure many-to-one relation. We are getting one row of order per one row of details, which is great. And since caching was ruled out, this is a great opportunity to use outer join. So in the relations add line, we can select the relation type, and in the relation type there's find, insert, insert if not found, join and outer join. Find is the default, of course, but in this case we are going to use outer join. Now if we are sure that there are going to be orders, then use join, but if you don't want to take the chances, use outer join. Even though it's a bit more expensive, still the benefit will be huge. So let's run this and run our code, and we went down to 1.7 seconds. Let's run it with a profiler. Sorry, wrong screen. So if we look at the profiler, at the resulting profiler, we can see that we are no longer going to the orders table. It actually has 0 calls. Let's compare it to the previous profiler. Not the one I wanted. The previous profilers we have over here. Okay. So if previously we've made 2,100 calls to orders, we didn't make any. But you can see that the order details now takes 27 seconds. And if we look at its SQL code, we can see that the select statement that was generated is now from order details, left outer join to orders. So the two results were combined and provided to us in the query. So in these cases, when the variety of the table we are relating to is huge, okay, there are many different values that are being selected, but it's still a many-to-one relation, that's when it's best to use joins on top of caches. Perfect. So just let's review the change. Open Visual Studio, compare the changes, and we've added relation outer join to our orders relation.